good evening, viewers. Thank you so much for watching and welcome to another video of In the Spotlight. We are so happy that you're watching us this evening. It's a pleasure with you to welcome you to another episode. With us tonight, we have a very special guest with us, one of our very own, Dr. Hollina Alfred, and it is such a privilege to be hosting tonight's session with Dr. Alfred. So I am your host, David Adams, and I hope that you enjoy this video of In the Spotlight. And so before we go any further, we would just like to know exactly who are we talking to. So Dr. Hollina Alfred, thank you so much for being a part with us tonight. Tell the viewers, who is Dr. Hollina Alfred?
First off, thanks for having me here.
You're so much welcome.
So, I'm actually a woman of humility, and I would say one of multiple interests. I'm the eldest of 5 siblings, and I don't have much of an hobby, but in my free time, I enjoy binge watching Criminal Minds and Law and Order. And I also enjoy engorging myself with podcasts from Fusi Temoguayo. He's actually one of the most influential entrepreneur in South Africa.
Oh wow.
And also motivational speaker.
Okay.
Right? In addition to that, I'm very much a task-oriented person. I get the job done. I would say I'm much of a punctuality freak. I'm very, tactful when it comes to timings. Professional-wise, of course, I'm a medical doctor. And I'm also the founder of Hollicare, which is a private consultancy and an over-the-counter drugstore located in Albouystown. Socially wise, I'm a part of the Edge Prophetic Dance Ministry, of which I'm a dancer, of course, and I'm also a part of a volunteer in the children department in Albouystown.
Okay.
Right? I think that is much cover most.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Dr. Alfred is so much, and it is so amazing that you do all of those things. You have a few hobbies, and you're also a medical doctor. And the passion of many young people is to become a medical doctor. And they find it so difficult in becoming a doctor. Like, what is the journey? How to get there? So, if you'd like sharing your journey, how did you become a medical doctor?
Well, the journey was one of a topsy-turvy, I would say. Well, there were times where I was fully motivated to get things done, and of course times where motivation was at its minimum. You should attest to that.
Yeah.
Right? But in those times, I had a very strong family support and some crazy motivational friends who actually pushed me along the way. Right? Another great, I would say, trial when it comes to going on this journey was finances, right? I'm not from a rich family, so finance was a major, I would say, pit when it comes to achieving this goal. But thankfully, I was blessed by Central High School, and I was actually one of the first scholarship awardee of the Central High School scholarship.
Awesome.
Right?
Awesome.
So that actually helped me along the journey. Yeah, so more so during my medical life, I had mentors, preclinical and clinical mentors, and they actually serve as mirror and maps to guide me along this journey.
Awesome. That is just beautiful and so touching. And I thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. Alfred. What I can take away from it is that success comes with great determination, motivation, and I pinpoint one of the things that I really like about it is that a support team is something that is very important in your walk. So I'm so happy that you had your motivational friends, and even though that you, like you mentioned, you weren't from a rich family, you had that support, and glory be to God for that scholarship for coming through. So that is so appreciative. I'm so happy that you actually shared that. So viewers, you hear. And another thing that I'd just like to know is that with you going through all of that, what are some lessons that you would have learned from your medical journey?
Well, one in particular is the power of consistency, right? I wasn't the best performer in anything, I'm quite honest. I wasn't the best performer. I wasn't the best speaker. and I wasn't the bravest of the bunch, right? But what I did have was persistency, right? And consistency. So I was consistent when it comes to my vision, and I was consistent with my path, right? So I believe consistency is actually the power for execution, right? Another thing that a lesson that I've learned is that you don't ever forget small beginnings, right? Usually when I'm out, I would boast that I'm from Albouystown or Albouystown girl, because it's not necessarily that I need a feather under my cap or I want a sword in my hand to actually, tell people that I'm better than them. But why I do this is because it actually brings me to a place of humility, right? And it reminds me that regardless of what I might have accomplished or acquired during this process, my beginning is humble, right? And my beginning is always Albouystown.
Beautiful. I love that. And so commitment, consistency, and persistence is what makes the difference. And that is important. I think many times we forget, and especially when you mentioned that, small beginnings, we forget sometimes where we come from when we would have arrived, forgetting who would have brought us through. God would have remained consistent in everything. And even with our persistency, being consistent and commitment, it's what really makes the difference. So, viewers, I hope you're listening. But, Dr. Alfred, question. Did you always know you wanted to be in this field? And how did you even choose becoming a doctor?
Well, definitely it wasn't on the agenda. So, I was actually inspired to enter into medicine. My initial plan was biochemistry.
Okay.
But what inspired me, this part is usually a bit emotional when it comes to me. So, in the absence of my parents, I used to actually babysit my little brother, right? And he used to suffer from multiple episodes of seizures, right? There were times that I've seen this happening and, he's in my arms and I can't do anything, and all I wanted to do was do something to stop this, to ease the pain. But I wasn't in a position to do anything. And that's where my motivation came, just from the power in the heart of wanting to do more. And that's why I actually venture into medicine. So I would say my motivation was my little brother.
Big up to the little brother.
Thumbs up over to me.
And so now you can't save him or anyone at any point, and that is beautiful, right? But how do you see yourself making an impact, though, in the coming years?
Okay. Well, presently, I'm giving you guys a little sneak peek. So come next week, I'm actually enrolling into the family medicine residency.
Oh, wow, beautiful. Congratulations.
So I believe that family medicine is actually a community-based practice, and my establishment is actually in the community, which is a thumbs up, right? So I believe that the skills that I would or will acquire in family medicine will actually put me in a position to help Albouystown holistically, in addition to my medical skills.
Oh, beautiful.
Right? So I see myself actually doing more work in Albouystown in the coming years.
Nice. And I know there's so many persons that want to make this impact, but they can't, right? And so what I would love you to do, Hollina, is if you give a few encouragement to those people, more so young women who would want to become a doctor, or not just a doctor, but inspire or encourage those people, young women, who would want to just achieve their goal, but don't know how to.
Okay. Good question. So first off, I think we need to run away with this idea that success is a 1, 2, 3 step to achieving, but success isn't like that, right? From my experience, I might have areas in which I had mountaintop and valleys experience, but for you it might be different. But what you need to understand is that your path is uniquely yours, and you need to embrace that, right? And after embracing that, what you need to do is just trust the process.
I love that.
And more so, sometimes when we actually see failure, we beat ourselves up, right? But failure is actually along the path of success too.
So true,
right?
So true.
I have seen a lot of areas in my life that I've learned more from failures than I did in success. And most times when failures come my way, it actually brings me to the point of humility again. It brings me to the point of recognizing that, Hollina, you can't do this on your own. You need God. You can't do this on your own. So just as how you embrace your own path, you trust the process, you need to embrace that. Along the line, some areas you might fail, but use it as motivation to keep going. Right? More so, what I found that really helped me during this journey is that I had people in my life who serve as both. You may have heard me mentioning a lot about maps and mirrors, right?
Yes.
But I had a lot of people in my life who served as both maps and mirrors. Maps are actually people who know where you are, they know where you started, and they actually guide you along the path to achieving your destiny or achieving your goals, right? But these people that you choose as maps shouldn't be people like the Google Maps, they use shortcuts to areas and tell you, there's a backtrack there, you can use that, right? Oh, these people are those who allow you to endure the entire path and don't take any shortcuts, but teaches you to trust the process.
Right.
Because the becoming, the learning, the acquiring is all within the process and not necessarily the destination, right? So that's what maps are in your life. Mirrors now are people who actually see you as who you are, see you raw, right? And if you look at the mirror, it actually tells you all your perfections and all your flaws,
yes.
Right? So these people see you raw. And they're able to tell you the honest truth. And we need people like that in our lives.
Definitely.
Right? We need people like that in our lives.
Yes.
Not just for success, but for authentic success. Because when you're real with yourself, authentic success comes naturally.
I love that. I love that. I really love that. So, my gosh, Hollina, I've learned so much. And I just want to say thank you so much for those little nuggets you have given to the viewers. And if you are not encouraged, be encouraged because this was so profound and I love the different advice that Dr. Alfred would have given to us. And so earlier you mentioned that you own your business.
Yeah.
Tell us about your business, Hollicare's.
Okay. So Hollicare was actually founded in 2019. How it first started was just an idea, but it actually branched out into a private consultancy and an over-the-counter drugstore. We're located in Albouystown, 150 Cooper Street, right in the Full Gospel Fellowship compound.
Oh.
Right. Some of the services we offer are like vital signs check, physical examination. We also do some minor surgical procedure like wound suturing, wound dressing as well, and maybe if you need medical clearance, we also do that too, in addition to other services.
Awesome. And what is the opening hours? When can they, come and get you?
So because I work during the day, my opening hours are actually 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the evenings.
Every day?
Well, actually Mondays to Saturdays. Right? But if you want, you can make an appointment, and if I have a scheduled time or a time in which I'm free, I can also be available then.
Awesome. And where can they contact you?
Okay. So we have our Facebook page, Hollicare at facebook.com, or you can also contact me on 643-9203 via WhatsApp or Messenger, or you can even call as well.
Awesome. I think you also have an Instagram page that I follow.
Oh yeah, I have an Instagram page.
Yes.
Yeah, I have an Instagram page too, Hollicare, again at Instagram, and you guys can check me out there.
Great, thank you so much for that. So there you have it, guys. If you want to check out Hollicare, they have everything that you need. If you need any advice, if you need health consultancy, you contact Dr. Alfred and she will be able to help you. We're in Albouystown. We're in Albouystown. And so if you need anything from Hollicare, contact them. She'll be sure to support you. Hollina, Dr. Alfred, I'm so happy that you would have taken your time out for being with us here. And we appreciate you. We love you so much. And we pray God bless you continually in your journey. Because, there's more to go in this journey. And we're so happy with what God is doing in your life in this season. So thank you so much again. It was a pleasure being here with you. I am your host, David Adams, and continue to follow our page and be sure to catch us on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.